I need you to listen carefully to the song, and once after I play the song, then I will ask you a few questions, okay? So please listen attentively to the song.
More than 270, more than enough to become the 44th President of the United States. He will be the first African-American President of the United States. I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my city, yeah, they closed all them twice. I was just riding down Salem, all them damn potholes, I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Nobody care about us. And that's wrong vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. Everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it out on my own. Ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the man's name. I ain't never seen him one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters. What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump. He ain't never really gave a Ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just want to keep us broke. Cause they ain't putting none in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough. Let me change it up. Everything I said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't want to see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you will probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was three branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. Well, all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now, none of them three people make no laws. They just be checking them. The laws come to their desk, and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We got to focus on the legislative branch. Yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the call. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress, they house, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do. Okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't never even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in '08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choosing your kids at school.
Okay, students, now I want you to tell me, what did you hear? What did you get from that song? Yes, you're in class. What did you hear? What did you get from that song? Let's see if any of you picked up any important information. All right, I see someone said the legislations make laws. He was broke. Seriously, that's all you got? Basically something about politics. Come on now, Yuri.
Students with 10 Carson, this is not dance studies, this is voice. I cannot give you
Anyone else?
studies right now because all of the links are on Google Classroom and you are to click on the link that has a timetable. I cannot do that right now. I have to teach, okay? But you go on Teams.
Anyone else?
Studies on your team to be a class. I cannot be able to
Mr. Walking, you see anyone?
All right, good morning. Cherise, I only saw you last week. Monday, but you did not come to any of your classes or any of your musicians.
Anyone? I'm not seeing any messages.
Denisha is saying he was talking about how messed up the government is.
Okay. Anything else?
Did you see Yasmin's message about basically something about politics?
Yes.
Yes, it's about politics, yes.
Anyone else said anything else? There's 3 branches of the government. Man, who's that smart student?
That's D'Angelo.
All right, D'Angelo. Good job. That's what I'm talking about,
There
D'Angelo.
are three branches of the U.S. government. Yes.
So good. Now, based on that song, what? So you learned a lot. You got a lot of information, right? And what did he do to give you that information? How did he give you that information? He explained it, right? So he explained about the government, how the government works in the states. If you don't vote, how you're supposed to vote for Congress, even though you vote for the president, you're still supposed to vote for Congress, because even if you have a president who you like, who's in, if you don't vote for Congress, they can go against what the president wants, all these different things. They make the laws. They are able to change minimum wage, all of these things. Now, based on this song, what topic do you think we're covering today, based on what I just explained the song is about? It's giving you information, right? It's explaining. So what do you think our topic is going to be about this morning, just based on that song? We got a glimpse of it last week. Anyone? Someone? I'm waiting. All right, Laurent, say expository something. Yes, we're talking about expository writing. And remember, the reason why, yes, expository, you guys are so smart. Good job, Aaliyah. We're covering expository. All right, and the reason why I played that song is I need you to understand that when it comes to expository, it doesn't necessarily have to come in the form of an essay. Does not have to come in the form of an essay, okay? It can actually be a song. It could be a poem. It could be it can be, like we said, in the newspaper. It could be in a speech, okay? But this is where we're tying what we did last week to this week. Last week we did the 4 types of writing, right? Now this week we're going to actually concentrate on one of those type of writings, okay? All right, so I'm going to get ready to share.
That is correct. That's actually correct. And then 2 minutes just what?
So good job, students. You did an excellent job. I'm so happy that a lot of you got some good information from that. Now, based on our song, based on what we reviewed or what we went over last week with the types of writing, what is expository writing? Or what is an exposition? What do you recall an exposition is? All right, giving news. Someone else said explaining something to the reader. Yes. Anything else? Informative piece. Yes. So informing. Okay. Anything else?
Laurent says it states facts.
Yes, it does state facts. Yes. So you're all correct. Okay. So these are our objectives today. Define exposition, outline the types of exposition, and identify the types of sample expository pieces. Okay, this is a video, but I've already played a song, so I'm not sure if the video is going to play. I don't want to go through all of that. So we're just going to skip over the video. All right. So, Mr. Joaquin, can me and you go over this skit, please?
Sure.
Okay, you be the boy, I'll be the girl.
Well, I was hoping to be the boy. All right. Okay, so let's go. Do you know what expository writing is?
Sure. It's any kind of writing that explains or informs the reader about something.
Okay, so if it tells people facts about a topic, it's expository.
That's right. newspaper articles, science books, guava duff recipes, and cell phone instructions are all examples of exposition.
Guess what I learned about exposition today? You can use it to explain a process or show how something works, give a definition, compare and contrast, show causes and effects, give advantages and disadvantages, describe problems, and give solutions or even give examples of something.
Wow, that's a lot.
Sure. Sorry, I sure. Oh, go ahead. That's you.
It sounds like you are going to be an expository expert.
I sure am. Just as soon as I figure out how to put the introduction, body, and conclusion of my essay together.
All right, good. Thank you so much, Mr. Joaquin. So students, just by that little skit, I mean, we've learned a lot about expository, right? So we already explained, or some of you already, you told me already what exposition is. So let's go over this. Let's go over it again. So exposition or expository writing gives information about, explains, or exposes its audience to a topic. So all of you guys, you were correct. Okay, so when we mean exposes its audience to a topic, let's just say, for instance, you don't know what microorganisms are, right? And I think that's biology or science, one of them, right? And you don't know what organisms are, right? And someone said, do you know what this is? And you're like, no. But then someone is able to actually tell you what it is, what it's about, where it's found, how it works, what it does. All of that is a part of expository or exposition, okay? And all of these things, this is where you actually get your audience. You tend to get person's attention when you explain something. You give them information that they never knew, or even if you're still giving them information about something that they know, but sometimes oh yeah, I remember that, you know? So it actually jogs their memory to say, oh yeah, I remember I did this when I was in high school or college. Okay, so expositions are something that's very important, and it's needed. We always need it, because without expositions, you won't have your textbooks. You wouldn't know how to make something. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't be able to gain information from something, okay? Also, the goals of this type of writing is to help people know and understand more about a particular topic. I just explained that. It can be about any kind of topic, an idea, a person, place, event, or thing. So when you're talking about exposition, it can be about anything, like it says, okay? Idea, person, place, event, or thing. Expositions doesn't have to be shared in writing, as we saw that. What I did was I played a song for you. And based on me playing the song for you, you were able to gain knowledge about the US government when it comes to voting, right? So just based on that song alone, you were able to gain some sort of information that you never knew. When I first listened to that song, it was such I mean, I was like, wow. It was a major insight for me, because I didn't realize that is how the US government worked. Okay? So many YouTube videos, documentaries, and speeches contain expositions. Okay, so some kinds of expositions you're probably already familiar with. Telling how to do, telling how to make or do something. Someone else give me another exposition. We breezed over it when me and Mr. Joaquin did the skit. Can you give me another kind of exposition? We're on slide 9. Yes, so we have newspapers and articles. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
good job. Recipes. Yes.
So you can go based on that as well.
Anyone else? So we said newspaper articles. You are correct. We said recipes, songs. Okay. So telling you, so giving you information, right? So we also show how things are similar and different. So remember we said compare and contrast. Give me another type of exposition. Give me the types of exposition. What's another one? We went over some of them last week. Give me another type of exposition.
Paris says speeches.
Okay.
Denicia says cause and effect.
Yes, you are correct, Anicia. Anyone else?
Um, not yet.
Okay, so we have character description, portrayal, or sketch.
Mega Man.
We have defining or explaining an idea, theory, or belief. We have presenting a problem and giving solutions in an editorial. Okay, so these are the common types of expositions. Remember, we went over all of these. At least we touched on some of them last week when we were in types of writing, when we were covering types of writing. So these are the common types of expositions. Students, these are very important. So you should always remember the different types of exposition, okay? So we have definition and classification, process or how to, comparison and contrast, cause and effect, and problem and solution. Okay? Now, let's look at the first one, definition and classification. Okay, so this gives meaning, description, and examples to show what the topic is and does, how it appears, and what it is for. It divides and groups information about the topic. Okay? It puts examples of a topic together, into categories or groups based on their relationship to each other. Can anyone give me an example what we can use for this particular exposition? And it also talks about character analysis. Writing often fits into this kind of exposition. Anyone? So what do you think someone would talk about if we're covering definition and classification? It says it gives meaning, description, and examples to show what the topic is and does, and how it appears and what it is for. Anyone?
Come on, guys. All right, Jasmine says types of careers.
Okay, okay. Anyone else?
Don't be shy, guys. We don't bite people's head.
No, we allow you. I mean,
I
if
don't
you're
think they
right
had
or
their
wrong,
coffee yet.
Don't be afraid.
yes, don't. If you're right or wrong, that's fine. We're all here to learn, okay? And then think about it too. That song what I just played, the song what I played for the introduction, that was a definition classification. It gave description and examples to show what the topic is and does. So it spoke about voting, right? Okay.
Alvestina is saying education, but
I mean, you have to be a little more
specific.
specific,
Mhm.
because with that song that I played for the intro, you guys were able to know why you should vote, right? And then what he did was he didn't just say vote for the president or vote for Congress. He actually break it down into three different areas you should vote, or three different parts of the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was able to explain each part of the government, right, Mr. Joaquin, didn't he?
Yeah, he did,
And
because he talked about the executive, which would be the president, vice president.
yes,
He talked
Mm-hmm.
about
Congress,
Congress,
which is
which would have
legislation.
legislated, and then he talked about the Supreme Court, which is the judiciary branch,
Yes.
right?
So that can be covered under definition and classification. Okay? So let's look at an example piece. Example of definition and classification. Listen to me. See this picture? When I saw this, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
no, T'Challa.
Yeah.
It really hurt me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think everyone
Yes.
felt as though they personally knew him.
Yes, we
Right?
did.
And that is how Mr. Walking is too. Don't we talk to students about characterization and how characters
Yes.
Yep.
this, I mean, this
Yes.
right here indicates why we tell students to use descriptive words. I mean, because just based on him being in
Mm-hmm.
that movie, you felt as though you know him. You felt as though
Yeah.
you knew this man. And that's
Yes.
such a good thing. You know, you it's almost like you had a bond with him, but you didn't know him. But
Yes.
his character was so relatable, and
Yes.
everyone was able to get to know who he was through his acting.
Right.
Yes, that's so poetic just now. But anyway, okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Chadwick Boseman was an American actor. He is known for his portrayal of T'Challa, Black Panther, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe from 2016 to 2019, particularly in Black Panther 2018, and for his starring roles as several pioneering Americans: Jackie Robinson in 42, 2013, James Brown, Get On Up, 2014,
Mm.
and Thurgood Marshall in Marshall, 2017. Born in Anderson, South Carolina, he attended Howard University and studied at the Oxford Midsummer Program for Acting before moving to Los Angeles in 2008 to pursue his craft on the big screen. He died in 2020 after a 4-year battle with colon cancer. I think that's supposed to be battle, right? With
Yeah.
colon cancer.
No,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
bout is like a fight as well.
Yes,
Not,
okay,
yeah.
bouts,
Yeah.
okay, with colon cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, students, this here is a perfect example for definition and classification. Because here it is, we're talking about a character, or we're talking about a person, right? Because remember, we said with definition and classification, you can talk about a person, thing, place, or idea, right? Here it is, we're talking about Chadwick Boseman, a actor. We were able to tell you who he was. Basically, where they were able to give you information about the different movies that he acted in within the recent years, as well as they were able to give you his background, you know, where he was born, the schools that he went to, and they even gave you his time of death. Okay, so it is so important when you're looking at an expository piece and you're looking at a definition and classification, it should be detailed to the point that you knew who this person was based on the information that is given. Also, a fun fact, they didn't say it here, but a fun fact was that he was, when he went to school, you know, Felicia Rashad, right? Mr. Walking and Miss Two.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they don't know who
Felicia,
that is.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know.
Felicia Rashad, go ahead.
I'm just saying they don't know who that is, but we
No,
know.
man. I sure they watch the Cosby's. They know who Felicia
And they
Rashad.
don't.
Probably.
They don't know who that is.
Well, anyway, Felicia Rashad and the Cosby's, which was the mother, right? She, she's one of those, man. She goes into these different universities and she actually sponsors and she finds sponsors for actors like Mr. Boseman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who are coming up and acting, right? So what she did was she saw him and she really liked his skills and she really liked, she's like, oh, he's a great actor. So he needed a scholarship in order for him to attend this same summer program, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't have the funds, right? So he was trying to find a sponsor. Do you know that she called her good friend Denzel Washington and asked him if he could sponsor this young man? Denzel Washington didn't even know who the young man was. She just said she needed a sponsor for him, for a student who's an actor and he's great and he has life and he has a gift. Denzel said, okay, not a problem. And after he got the scholarship to show that he was sponsored, he got a letter showing that Denzel Washington was his sponsor. And that
Wow.
is why when they had the Emmys, he actually dedicated his role in Black Panther to Denzel Washington.
Mm.
He
Wow.
dedicated that to him because he said without Denzel Washington, there would be no T'Challa. That was his exact words. And I
Yes.
thought I was like, wow, that was such a fun
Yes.
fact. Because,
You know what, Miss?
go ahead.
Yeah, Miss Dennis, I was going to say that all it takes is sometimes is somebody to see that potential in you, you know? Mhm.
Yes, and Denzel, he didn't care who the child was. He just know, or the not even child, but the young man was.
Um,
All he know was his friend told him that someone needed a sponsor because they really have a gift, and he was willing to sow a seed.
and I will I'll add to that by saying yes, you sometimes you just need one person to see something in you, but you have to see something in yourself
That's
first.
right. That's
Right.
right.
Hmm.
And
That's
students,
right.
that goes for all of you. We could pour into
Hmm.
you and pour into you and pour into you, but if you don't believe that you are capable of doing the assignments, of completing
Hmm.
high school, if you've convinced yourself that it won't happen, then it won't happen. So
That's
Hmm.
just
right.
a side note, you have to invest in you first. You
Hmm.
have to believe in you before
That's right.
anyone, because I don't care if the whole world believes in you. If you don't believe in you,
Nothing
you
Hmm.
happening.
make it, nothing's happening.
That's right.
Right.
I totally agree with you, Mr. Joaquin, because even think about it. Even though he know he didn't have the money to pay for the summer program, he still pursued to actually enter the program.
Because he was
Isn't
Hmm.
that
confident,
amazing?
because he had a dream and he was confident, and he had the desire to follow through.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's
So
right.
that
You still have to
he
push
had to
through.
believe. And students, all of you are great in your own way. You just have to
Hmm.
believe that. And I believe in one thing. I believe as an adult, I don't believe in talking down to my students, because guess what? I have a 5-year old. Dennis have young children, right? We
Hmm.
need we want a better world, right? So we have to speak life over our children and over our students as well, right? So we want you to succeed, but you have to be willing to believe in yourself,
Right.
That's right.
despite what other people may be saying to you. Because I know sometimes, at home you may not be hearing anything positive. No one is affirming you. No one is trying to lift you up. But guess what? At least that some of you should have someone who's telling you, like, listen, you're good, just stick with this, and you all and God, we're all good at things, something,
Yes.
Hmm.
right?
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Joaquin and Miss
Yeah,
Stone. This
church
is why
over.
I
Thank
love. This is why I love to speak. I love it. So you see, they saying preach. Okay.
you.
Okay. Good. Now, process or how to. What do you think we mean by process or how to? What do you think a process or how to expository essay is about?
Some persons think like this. Um,
It's one of my favorites, I'll tell you that.
Ebony says steps on how to make something.
Yes. Good job. Anyone else? Anyone else steps on how to make something, okay?
when action actually seen done.
Okay, so let's see if you are correct. Okay, process steps to show how something happens. or can be done, provides details about each step to show how it should be done, and puts events in time order first, next, last to make it easy to see how to get to the end result. So I know some persons are just thinking, oh, so this is just how to make a cake or how to make noodles or, how to make craft dinner. But no, a how to essay or process essay can actually be broken down on how to actually build a shelf, right, Mr. Walker and Mr.
Yep.
So how to change a car tire. As simple as that. I mean, it isn't simple, but something like that as well. Okay. So it isn't just about food. So it's basically a process on how you can do something step by step by step by step to achieve it and get your end result. Okay. So I don't know if this is going to play. I don't think so. But anyway. Okay. So an example of a process or how to. A Bitmoji. What is a Bitmoji, students? Because I don't even know.
Oh, I know.
Students walking, y'all know what a Bitmoji is?
Oh yeah, Mr. Walken, I think he's a pro in with
Yeah,
the Bitmoji.
I know what a Bitmoji is. Yeah.
Okay, let me see if students know because I have no idea what a
Come on,
Bitmoji
of
is.
course they know. Of
No,
course.
man, they know, man. They I don't think they know.
Yeah, man, they know what that is.
Yeah.
So
This
look, man,
this
put the
is
chat box.
the what do you call this generation?
The
What the
I generation,
Yeah,
chat?
tech. I
Hold on,
forget
put
what
was
I
there the
think it's
what?
that.
the tech, the tech,
I,
tech.
the Holy Spirit didn't even heard but that one before, but okay.
All right. Jay Sean says a character off Snapchat.
It is?
It's a character, or is it actually, is it like, you mean a fictional character? All right, Denisha. Well, let me know the girls. Girls know.
More familiar.
Yeah. All right. Paige says it's your avatar of Snapchat.
All right. Your
Ebony
own
says,
personal emoji.
yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
let's read
Laurent,
together.
you're not definitely not old. You're definitely not stupid. It's honestly, Laurent, this was something I learned about this year. Honestly, but I think girls tend to use it a bit more, which is
I
why the
mean,
girls are answering.
but Mr. Joaquin, we may use it, Manu. I use Snapchat, right? I use it, but I didn't know that's bit not know.
Yeah.
So I'm learning something new today, students, just as well as you may be learning something or you're getting more information on it, right? So let's read how to on Bitmoji. To begin creating your own Bitmoji character, you'll need to download the Bitmoji app. Didn't know they had an app. You can download it for free from the App Store on iOS or the Google Play Store on Android. Once you've downloaded it, open the app. You can sign in with your Snapchat account if you have one, or tap sign up with email. Enter your first and last name, email address, and a password. Then tap sign up. No, I don't think I have a bit emoji. Sorry. Yeah, based on reading this. So, students, based on this information here, they're telling you how to sign for Bitmoji. So if me and Miss Toot was lost on how we could even get a Bitmoji, now we know, right, Miss Toot?
Yes,
Now,
I think I have one.
Yeah,
what?
yeah, too. You have one.
Yeah, Mr. Walken actually created a Bitmoji classroom.
Oh, so that is what, okay, now I understand what the Bitmoji is then. Because
Yeah,
since you said that, I've seen the classroom, like how Mr. Joaquin had his character on the PowerPoint.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you can even make it through. You can make it 3D in Snapchat.
oh, now I
A
understand. So
three-dimensional.
students, I learned something new today. So this is basically showing you how to do something. So for instance, if I was to ask you, students, I need you to set up an email address. Now, Miss Joaquin and Miss Two, you know, the first thing they say, I ain't know how to do no email address. I ain't got no email. Right? But if I was to actually give you the instructions or to read for you to follow on how to sign up for an email address, this is how the essay or the piece should be set up, okay? So it's either a how-to or it's a process piece to show you how to do something and reach that end goal. All right? Good. Can anyone else give me another example of a process or how-to? Give me something else that we can use or can be example of a how-to or process essay or piece, sorry, not even essay.
How about how to find a PlayStation 5? Because I'd like to know the answer.
You go to that store and buy it for $1,700.
What? Oh, no, excuse me?
Yes. That was a big debate.
Listen to me.
Mr. Joaquin, I read you saying, psst, psst, Mr. Joaquin, tell me too, because my husband tell me too.
I spent $1,900 on I just got another car and I spent $1,900 on that. You think I'm going to spend $1,900 on a PlayStation 5?
Nope.
You've been riding a PlayStation.
Right.
Listen, I'm a cigar that gonna fly me to school and back teleport me because that what never.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Listen, my husband couldn't stop laughing. I was like, what is this? But yes, I mean, if you guys could tell me where to find one for a decent price, then yes, let your teacher know, okay? You can write it down. How to process. Good. All right. So now let's look at compare and contrast. What do you think I mean by compare or contrast?
I think this one is my favorite. Mr. Joaquin said that the how-to is his favorite. This one is compare and contrast is definitely my favorite.
Because listen to me, we're about to have a big debate about this compare and contrast, Mr. Joaquin. Wink, 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 if you all know what I about to talk about.
Oh Lord, not again. Not again. Please.
Okay, students, what do you think a compare and contrast essay is about? Man, you're also talking about this PS5? Mr. Joaquin, you have students giving you hints where you could buy it.
No man, I know what I'm doing. I'm waiting until 2021. I can't learn mad.
So what about compare and contrast, students? What do you think a compare and contrast expository is about?
Come on, guys.
Come on now. I mean, the name of it gives it away. Or give me a synonym for compare and contrast. Give me the synonyms that we usually use for compare and contrast. Man, stop it, I see. Someone already answered?
Yeah, Larika. She says showing differences and similarities between two or more things.
All right, Larika, you on the ball, my good students. Good job, good job. What something has in common and or that's compare, but what about contrast? Yes, or differences, you are correct. So when we talk about compare and contrast, we're always looking at the similarities or differences of something, right? Okay, how something could be similar in a way, and then how they can be either a tad bit different or they're like really different from the other. Okay, so compare and contrast gives details about two topics, brings out the similarities and differences between the topics, can focus on the way the topics are alike, the ways the topics are different, and different. Mr. Joaquin and Ms. Toot, I'm going to throw it on them. I'm going to give it to them. Students, let's talk about how can you give me some of the similarities between iPhone 12
Oh man.
And what's the latest Android, Mr. Joaquin? Because I know.
Maybe like the S20 or something. I don't know. No,
S10, S11.
Yeah, the S10.
oh, it's the S10.
I don't think there's an S11.
I don't even
Okay,
I
S10.
haven't listen, I have an S5 and
You
that's
5 generations
I
back.
remember you told us about Old Faithful.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay, students, what are some of the similarities between a iPhone 12 and an S10? What are
What's
some of
the
the similarities?
what's the shade now? What's
Miss
the shade?
Dennis, we
Yeah,
can't go
yeah.
back down to the iPhone 11.
Listen to
Oh,
me. They already say, someone already say,
Man,
LOL.
I don't even
Laurent,
think we
thank
have the
you.
12.
Ron, thank you. It is not worth your money. The iPhone 12 is nonsensical. It makes no sense. It doesn't even come with a charger. Come on, people. What's going on?
What? Listen. So some
Oh,
said both are expensive.
we have some really
I
good
agree.
differences and similarities.
Yes. So someone said Face ID recognition. Oh, shoot, say Face ID recognition. I didn't know that. Boy, I'm learning new things today.
Yes.
Who has
Mm-hmm.
Face ID? You mean the iPhone?
Both
Ye-
of
They're saying
them.
both. I
Both of
guess they're
them.
facial recognition
Yes.
for similarities.
Um,
They both can get WhatsApp. I think any phone at this point.
Eric says neither have a home button.
Have a home button.
No,
Mm-hmm.
they neither have a home button now.
Okay. So that's the similarities. Okay,
Oh,
good.
look
Anything
at Ebony.
else?
Ebony, you are so wrong. You are
What Ebony
wrong.
say?
Ebony is awful. Ebony said just because you can't get it doesn't mean it isn't worth your money, Laurent. That is Ebony. No,
Oh, wow.
no,
Wow, wow. The
no, Ebony.
shade.
No.
The
Guess but
shade.
Ebony, I will say this, right? I will say this. I know I rather pay my mortgage or my rent than buy an iPhone.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Yes. That iPhone can't cover you at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
no. Ebony, that's so not cool. I mean, you also, jeez.
don't worry. When they get our age and the responsibility starts, piling on them, they'll understand.
Yeah, Laurent gets it. It does less. Like the iPhone will be like 2015. We have wireless charging, but like Samsung phones and Android phones had wireless charging like 50 years ago, though.
Like, yes, it
You
is
know?
true.
Yeah.
Okay, so they say yes when you in emergency and you can call Siri. She have to say Siri.
What?
But Samsung has one of those too, though. I don't know the name, but
All right. No, but
Samsung definitely has one.
yeah, man, Ebony, don't. I'm only teasing Ebony. Don't. It's not serious. Okay, we're not being serious here. Just for clarity. But um, I know people talk about the iPhone camera because I don't know. It makes them look like an angel or something. I don't know. Like I don't know. Is that what
I don't
it is?
think so. And then
But I
if you're
think
lost, nobody can
Android.
identify you. Okay.
But I
Yeah,
think with
I don't know who
Android, I
mentioned
think
Alexa, but
Android have what the name Bix or something like that. It's like Siri, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Android
that's
has
the name.
seriously Android has something like that.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
Bixby.
Bixby.
Bixby. Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
I open on my phone.
So
I have
Bixby
an
is like
S8. I
Bix,
a little ahead
okay.
of you, Mr. Watt.
So Bixby is like the uncool cousin then because I've never even heard of that.
Oh,
Oh
excuse
my.
man. Anyway.
Boy, listen. Okay. So we already went over the similarity, students. Let's look at the differences. Watch out this because watch how all these things coming in now. Watch this. Students, what are the differences between S10 and the iPhone 12?
I, Mrs. Dennis,
Hey, Ms. Joaquin.
I love when students ask what this have to do with language, right?
Oh,
Because
Miss Orchid, I just saw that one.
that shows they're not paying attention at all, and
Not at all.
they're just trying to be salty. You get me?
Yeah.
Real salty. Seriously?
Yeah.
What you mean you don't know? Wow.
We're talking about, well, let's just break it down a bit. We're talking
Yes.
about comparison and contrast, similarities and differences. So it's good to have debate in class. It's good to,
Yes.
laugh a bit. Everything doesn't have to be serious all the time, okay?
No.
So we're just trying to get you to understand and use things that you can relate to.
Thank you. Any differences yet?
Yeah, I see they have different makers and creators. Now, actually, I think Samsung phones and iPhones are made by the same by the same factory in the same factories with basically the same parts, more or
Oh
less.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Foxconn, is it Foxconn that assembles iPhones and Samsung phones?
See, you know a lot that I know. So that means their cousins living in the same house. In essence.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's just like many things in life. Like we squabble over it, and they're just sitting back, like counting that money. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so someone said iPhones have iMessages. So someone said Samsung have a lot of free apps. I think someone said that.
Wow. Someone said Android emojis are just awful. Like that hurt me personally. Wow.
Okay. Someone
Mhm.
said iPhones are the new generation.
What?
Oh
What does that?
gosh.
What does that even mean?
And then they said
Wow.
different sizes and designs. Yasmin said between the iPhone and the Android. Someone says, let me see, what else did they say?
Don't forget, in a couple of years, the iPhone will ship the screen separately. Okay, so you can pay for that separately, and yeah, pay $1,400 for like a
The
box and
screen.
no screen.
Um,
Oh,
I'm serious.
Mrs. Scoot, I see why you love
I
this. I see why you love this one. Say, I, say you don't buy iPhone and now.
Yeah, so you have your iPhone, your $1,000 iPhone, but you have to ask me to use my $200 Samsung to make a call now. Okay.
You drop that iPhone once and it's goodbye screen. Goodbye.
oh, I so
Bye.
students, I love you. I love you, students. So yes, all of you are correct. The reason why I know someone asked, why is it, how does this have anything to do with English? It has a lot because
Yeah,
we're
me and
look,
Mr. Walking just said that. Like,
we're looking
anyway.
at comparison and contrast, like Miss Toot said, we're looking at comparison, contrast, expository piece. That's exactly what it is. When
Mm-hmm.
you're actually comparing two things and you want to see what are the similarities and what are the differences. Okay, so if
I
someone was
mean,
actually, go ahead, Miss Toot.
yeah, I was gonna say that this topic even goes a bit deeper because you can even get a bit of persuasion out of this
Yes,
topic. Persuade
yes,
someone why they should buy an iPhone or
that's right.
an Samsung. Well, the student said that she wasn't listening, so we don't even need to really be on that too
Okay, no,
much
that's
longer.
fine. That's fine. We'll just explain to students who are listening at this point. Okay, so students, so yeah, so that's the purpose of us actually having that debate because here it is. We need you to fully understand, and that's why we brought it down to something that we know that you're very much familiar with. You're familiar with the latest technology, right? So, in order for us to get you to understand what we're talking about, a comparison and contrast expository piece, we had to bring it to the table so you can understand what we're trying to get to you, why or how comparison and contrast expositories can be important and how it can be used in a persuasive speech,
Hmm.
songs, videos, even as simple as a review on you guys right here in the chat. You did a review on iPhone 12 and S10. Those are reviews, and that's based on comparison and contrast
Yes.
expository.
And
Okay?
Miss Dennis, sorry if you don't mind, can I just
No,
say
go
one more
ahead.
thing? Um, so students, you know that your exams are coming up soon. I think it's been confirmed to this at this point. Miss Dennis, I must walk in. Can you
I think
guys?
so.
Yeah, I think it has been
Mm.
confirmed. Exams are coming up, okay? So we really want you to get this information. Now, it isn't too wise to admit that you are not listening. It really isn't wise. Why? Because we have assignments up. All of us have assignments up. So when you see the end of the term comes and you're scrambling trying to complete all of these missing assignments, What are you going to tell us? Oh, I wasn't listening?
That's right.
Seriously?
And that's the time you should be reviewing. That's
And
not
we
the time.
and it's just review time. No one has time to go back to assignments from October and mark assignments from October or go over assignments from October because you weren't listening or you
That's
decided
right.
that you didn't want to do your assignments or your work for whatever reason. Okay, so now is the time that you really need to buckle up. Okay,
That's
because
right. Pay
the end of the
attention.
term is right here.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Toot. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to students. So we're at the end of our class. So let's review. Let's recap. What are the different types of expository essays? So we just looked at one, comparison and contrast. What are the others? What are the others? How to, okay. We didn't look at all today, but we're going to get through tomorrow. Anyone else? Yes, cause and effect. Okay, good. So we looked at how to, cause and effect. And what's the very first one that we looked at? What's the very first one? Malaron, you not to put it in the group. What's the very first
Thank
one?
you. Thank you, Lauren. No, thank you, because someone
But
may.
that was yeah.
No, but it did make sense that he actually put it because some of them did not remember.
And
Yeah.
some of them may not have been able to see at
No,
all.
that's true. So the very first one was definition and classification. Okay, good. And what did we say in definition and classification? What can we actually cover or look at for definition and classification?
Okay, so
Who did we look at? That can actually ring a bell for you guys for definition and classification. All right, Black Panther, who is Chadwick Boseman. Yes, you are correct. Good job, students. So tomorrow we're going to continue with comparison and contrast. I'm going to
Before
put
we-
the link.
Oh, you have it?
Yes,
Okay.
I just posted the link inside the chat for you guys to go and click on so you can do your attendance for today and then you can leave. Okay, so make sure you click on the form so you can do your attendance and then you can leave.
Yeah, it should only take about a minute, guys.
Yes,
Okay.
not even a minute. All right, so you guys have a nice day.
gotta pay attention. We don't know. Prioritize and was, this one was then we got.
Thank you, students. Good job. You guys were wonderful today, especially when it came to the iPhone and the Android.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hot topic.
Yeah, that's worse than politics, boy.
Man.
I'm telling you.